Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Flights. I'm your host, Lazerbolt, and today we're back for another Friday flight. Right now we are, geez, I don't know, I think we're in Taiwan. We're going to be taking off out of here in these beautiful Hercules and A400s, and we're going to be flying. By the end of tonight, we're going to be in Hong Kong. So it's quite an impressive city we're going to be landing in. Should be a good time. You might notice tonight we're in a slightly different version of the C-130. A couple of us are in the C-130 Dirty 30 from Blackbird Simulations. It's quite a beast. Look at the cockpit on this thing. It's amazing. It is way more modern than that Captain Sim one that we were flying. And just did a whole lot of work trying to figure out all the bells and whistles and all the electronics here. And feel confident that we can fly this airplane today. It's going to be a good time. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday night, guys. That good. Yeah, right on. Is this mic on?
Doing well.
So we're going to be out of here in about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's see, we're going to be turning to the right after we take off out of here, and we've got a decent mountain range to climb up over. So let's climb to 14,000 feet on this first leg. Go ahead and set my instruments for that right now. 14,000 feet. Oh, and also, I meant to mention to anybody listening to the stream, anybody who would like to join us tonight, Microsoft pulled a fast one on us. Usually we fly on the West US server, and all of a sudden today there is no West US server. They got rid of it. So we're just using the East US server. So if you're planning on joining us, please bear that in mind. If you don't see us in the game, we are on the East US server. I know in the description of the video it says West. And I think from now on, we're going to have to fly in the east because Microsoft pulled a fast one on us and just removed our server altogether. Got Wingnet pulling up in that beautiful, he's in the Dirty 30 like me and Longhorn, but he is also in the stretch version of it. That is an elongated, bigger, higher capacity version of the C-130, and it's spectacular. Oh yeah, and if anybody is interested in information on this Dirty 30 Blackbird C-130 that we're flying, I just completed a video. I posted it yesterday, and it is everything you need to know about this aircraft. It talks about the startup procedure, how to program a flight plan, how to do an ILS landing, and I took an actual full flight and show all the details on how to use it. So yeah, check that out, everybody. It's very informative, and it'll get you up and running on this Blackbird C-130 in a hurry. One minute, guys. Like I said, we're going to climb out of here, take a right-hand turn, and climb to 14,000 feet. Pretty much right after we get over these mountains, we're going to have to start descending a little bit. Our first leg is only about 90-something miles away, so it's not the longest leg. Just bear in mind, we're going to be at that airport before you know it. But we're going to need some altitude to get over these mountains. You see them over there. It's like I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything on this, the electronics on this thing. It is quite a beast. It has quite a flight computer going on. The CNI-MU master unit is pretty complicated, and it's got everything on there. But once you figure it out, it's pretty helpful. Alright, guys and girls, it is 10 after the hour. Let's go ahead and get these birds up in the air. Oh no, we got Crowfoot up here with us, looking good. Looks like he actually has that C-130 from Captain Sim, and that's fantastic. We never mentioned to him or anyone else that, well, let's get up in the air and we'll talk about what's going on with that Captain Sim C-130. It's 10 after the hour. Let's go ahead and roll. Lazerbolt's pulling up. Yeah, unfortunately, that Captain Sim C-130 has issues with multiplayer. Other people can't see you, and it's really bizarre. The C-130, I don't know if he's... Oh, great. I just had a... Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but if you look at the stream, the guys in the flight here with me, you look in the stream and see that I've got like orange panels going around. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but that's kind of the kiss of death. Everything just went to hell on me. So
that happened to me yesterday, last time I was flying this, and so I took a screenshot of it because I thought somebody had mentioned seeing that before.
It happened to me as I was making that video, so I've got video of it. This is only the second time it's ever happened. I will have to restart my flight to get it to go away, though, so bear with me.
Yeah, I've had that happen before a while back.
Yep. I wish I knew what was causing it. Like I said, it doesn't happen often, but there's no fixing it. I will have to restart my flight. So just continue flying on the course. I will catch up to you. Try to maintain 250 knots.
I went, when that happened to me, I checked my my video card, or not my video card, but the NVIDIA
the drivers.
Yeah, I had to update my driver, and I haven't had it happen since.
Right. Well, oddly enough, I just updated my driver about an hour ago. I saw there was a new one, and I thought, I'll go ahead and update it. But I don't think that's the problem because it happened on the last update too. So I don't know what it is. When you read the fine print, it looks like it's having trouble finding some files. So I don't know what that's about. Hopefully a straight up restart fixes it. And it did. Okay, we're back to good to go. I'll be right behind you guys.
Cool.
But as I was saying with Crowfoot's C-130 there, the 2024 version of the Captain Sim Hercules has multiplayer issues where we won't be able to see you. All we're going to see is your cockpit, and it looks like you're driving around a bus. But if you revert back to the 2020 version of it, which you could do right in the, I don't know what do they call that, when you're in the, your, I don't know, airplane management system and all that, you can do it right from in the game. If you do it there and revert back to the 2020 version, everything's fine. So it's a little weird quirk. It's been like that for a long time. I wish they'd fixed it, but they haven't fixed it yet. Anyway, I got to hurry up and put my flight plan in here.
Well, I'm going to slow down to 220 and just maintain 220 until you catch up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I apologize for all this. This is probably real interesting for everybody. Watch me create my flight plan. But I guess I need to do this to get back on pace here. It's our last one. Victor Hotel Hotel X-Ray. Alright, good to go. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully that's not a continuing issue. And rolling.
Can you see me, Wingnut?
Yeah, sure can.
Okay, I'm just not seeing anybody. I didn't know if your name tag was blending in with the clouds.
Well, I'm about 4 miles behind you, but I can see your name tag.
Yeah, see, we got Crow Air joining us too. So yeah, good deal. Crowfoot and Crow Air both with us. Those guys were holding some amazing formations with us last week. It was really good looking on the stream.
Did you ever use the TAWS, the TAWS, the Terrain Awareness System?
I've kind of monkeyed with it a little bit, but I never use it.
It was
The same
cool.
thing with the TACAN, same thing. That's like a traffic radar kind of thing. I've never really monkeyed with it.
What's over there on the far left display up top, and it's TAWS. If you click on that, it gives you the same radar image with the map as your nav radar, except it has included in with the terrain awareness. So if you're flying near mountains, it'll turn red until you get above them, and so on.
Oh, that's exactly what I need.
That you can, instead of using nav radar and putting it in your HDD 2 or 1 or wherever you want it, you use TAWS instead, and it gives you the exact same radar image and map, but it puts the
But it's
terrain
concerned with the terrain. Okay, that's
Right.
kind of handy actually. Yeah, it'd be good for a place like this.
Yeah.
How do you get to show up in the map? I hit the TAWS button and it says it's on, but it's not showing it anything.
You have to give it a location, an HDD 2 or is where I usually put it.
Yeah. There's 4 HDDs. 1 and 2 are the pilot side, and 3 and 4 are the co-pilot side. Alrighty, leveling out at 14,000.
About 2.5 miles now behind you, Longhorn, and I'm doing 220.
Nav armed. Alright, I'm going to see if I can maintain 250 knots here and catch you guys. We might just meet up at that first airport. We're not too far away, only about 82 miles out.
Oh, would you like us to slow back to 200? Let
No,
us
we're
catch
good.
up?
Nah, I'll catch you. At about, I don't know, 50 miles out, I'm going to begin dropping her down to 4,000.
Oh, was this an ILS approach?
It is. Let me get some details here. Yeah, we're coming into Magong Air Force Base here at Romeo Charlie, Quebec Charlie. Why don't we go ahead and land on runway 2? This is the recommended runway. I got a 15 knot wind. There's actually an ILS approach for both ends, but runway 2, here is the information. We've got an ILS frequency of 109.1. And the elevation's right down there at 100 feet. It's pretty much sea level. Don't worry about that. So 109.1 at a heading of 23 degrees magnetic. 23. Go ahead and enter that now. Zero 9 or 1. Nav radio. There we go. 109.1. Let's see here. Runway heading of 23 degrees. Put on here course. .23 degrees. Yeah, I think for most of the legs tonight we're going to be able to maintain 250 knots. Our second leg is a bit of a long one, so I'm going to climb up to 15,000, get a little better ground speed. Alright, we're 68 out. Like I said, about 50 or 55 miles out, I'm going to bring it down to 4,000 feet. So yeah, it's finally Friday. It's been a hell of a week. I'm so glad to hang out with all you guys and just put the world behind us.
I concur.
Get up in the air and put the world under us. It's all good. Alrighty, I'm catching up to Mr. Newbie. I'm right up here with you, buddy.
Yeah, I fell back to about 230.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this Dirty 30. This is quite a beast.
It's fun.
Well, it was pretty daunting at first. Like a couple months ago when we first got it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to take a while to figure out.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah.
And it did. It took a minute to figure it all out, but it's not as complicated as you might think, especially the startup procedure. I was real surprised about that. It's actually more difficult to start up the Captain Sim C-130H. It just has more steps, you know. But
Yeah,
in this...
lots more steps, yeah.
Yeah, this modern version, it's like it skips a couple of the steps because it does it automatically. You just hit the start switch, and it automatically does your fuel flow, and it calculates all of this and that, and it just takes care of everything all by itself. Alright, I'm going to bring her down here to 4,000 feet. You guys got a problem with that little pitch knob down there? For me, every time I go down there and move it, it just kind of gets erratic for a second. Like if I try to like tilt the nose down, it'll whip the nose up for a second, and then I got to keep going down. If I try to do the opposite, it does the same thing. If I try to go up, it sends me down at first and then pulls me back up. It's weird. I don't know if it's like, it could be my mouse wheel is dirty. I don't know, but it just acts weird. No?
I don't think so. I mean, sometimes, well, there's been times when I spun it the wrong direction, but I think that was my fault. But I mapped it to a setting on my yoke, so I used to use it now.
Oh, right. Yeah, I just went down there and I pushed the wheel forward, which should move my nose down, and you can literally see the stick being pulled back, like it's lifting the nose up. And then I just got to keep rolling it forward a couple more rolls, and eventually it goes down. But it does it every time, no matter which direction I'm going. Like I said, it could be my mouse. Maybe my mouse is acting weird. Anyway, dropping it down to 4,000 feet. That should get us underneath that glide slope. And I'm going to go ahead and turn out to the left here a little bit too.
To the left, you're going to runway 2?
We are going to runway 2. Yep, I'm going to swing her out to the left here, and that will get us lined up. Like I said, when we're about 20 miles out, I would like to be roughly lined up with the runway, so this will do it.
Hey, Longhorn, you gonna come down here to round 4, or?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to adjust my heading set.
Boy, if only somebody made a video yesterday that explains all that perfectly.
Yeah, if only somebody hasn't been in bed the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like you were...
I watched your video for the Captain Sim one last week and forgotten all of it, and watched it again before and still am having problems, so take some time to soak.
Right on.
Yeah, it takes time.
Practice. That's what we're here for.
Right.
That is what we're here for. Yeah, alright, we got Crowfoot back here hanging out with us. Right on, buddy. I love that Captain Sim C-130 that you're in. It just, like I said, it looks a little weird when all you can see is the cockpit. I really wish they would fix that. I'm sure that that's on Captain Sim's side. And you might notice too that if you get really super close to somebody, I'll actually be able to see you. You got to be like basically touching me, and then I can see you. It's weird. Don't know why it does that. That is the only aircraft I've ever seen that does that. I don't know if it's a texture issue or what it is, but it's just bizarre.
Anyway, Longhorn, that heading knob, if you're just using the knob on the airplane, it's down there on your console. center console. I mean, right across from your throttle to the left.
Yep, right above the AFCS. There's two knobs, a heading hold and a course hold.
Yeah, I saw it right after I started heading due north.
And I always love it too when it's like, those are pretty important knobs in the cockpit. They're very important knobs. So let's put these little teeny weeny knobs over off the side, way down below your right arm. You know, just off. You know what I mean? You can't even. It's like, I'd like to use that knob and still be able to see my screen. You know, but nope, it's way off to the side. That's why, like Bob said, just it's way better if you have that mapped onto something.
Oh yeah, I did. I mapped the heading knob to my yoke there too. It is a pain to have to try to look down and set a heading, see what the heading is, and then look back up to your windshield for your instruments.
Alrighty, I'm roughly 30 miles out. For too long, going to begin turning to the right to line up for that runway. Yep, this here arrow always points towards the airport, and this is showing the direction of the runway. So as we continue going left of the airport, the arrow will continue going to the right. When the arrow is lined up with your runway, it's time to turn towards the airport. Yeah, I see you guys over there to the right. Got Crowfoot right here on me, man. Looking good. Like I said, if you can manage to get close enough, I might actually see your entire airplane. I almost have to be touching you. It's a weird thing. I don't know why it's like that. I wish they would fix it. But it's really odd just seeing the inside of your aircraft. I can see your dude flying around and everything. It almost looks like the interior of my airplane fell out.
Yeah, exactly. That's just what to say. He's trying to catch up with you.
There we go. See, Crowfoot got close enough to me where I can actually see his airplane now. It's bizarre. Look at that. It flickers on and off, and it looks like his pilot is actually sitting on top of the aircraft. Yeah, very bizarre. I wish they would fix that because, you know, see, that's the thing. It makes me worry that I don't think the companies are as concerned about multiplayer as we are. You know what I mean? I think they think multiplayer is a very small component, and if something doesn't work in multiplayer, they don't care very much. But we do. we love multiplayer. It's weird. It's almost a camera thing. Like if I put my camera inside your aircraft, or if I put my camera touching your aircraft, I can see you. As soon as I move the camera away, I don't see you no more. Very, very weird. We're like one aircraft up in here. Other than that, I love that Captain Sim Hercules you're in, that C-130J. That is fantastic. I love it. But it doesn't make it easy for other people to see it. But like I said, you can fix that if you go into your, gosh, I forget what it's called. It's like, you know, where all your aircraft are kept, your, what do they call that? When you go to the marketplace. Anyway, you have all your aircraft there, and you just go down the list and tell it to don't stream the 24 version, just use the 2020 version, and it'll work just fine. Alright, maintaining 22 out. That's pretty much exactly what I want to do. I want to be at least 20 before I make my turn to final. See, the little arrow here is getting closer. Looking good. Before too long, this entire thing is going to change. It's going to, as soon as we pick up the ILS localizer, this is going to change here a little bit. And that's when we're going to hit our approach hold. Turn here slightly towards the airport. Like I said, I'm going to basically orbit it here at about 20 miles. Make sure I don't get too close before that ILS frequency picks up. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Longhorn, or not Longhorn, but Waterman is in an aircraft. He's in one of those Captain Sim ones. And the only reason we can see him properly is because he disabled the 2020 version. He's just got the regular 2000 version installed. And yeah, we see, I mean, he's got the 2020 version installed, not the 24.
On the glide slope, headed on final.
Roger that. I'm getting ready to turn towards final 2. I'm getting close to that. Getting close to lined up here. Still waiting for that frequency to be picked up by my radios, but that should happen quite soon. Alrighty, I'm picking up the telemetry here. Navigation armed and captured. Now I'm just waiting for that glide slope. Turning automatically to the airport. We should be lined up perfectly with that runway. Let's go ahead and lose some speed. Should have actually dropped my speed a little bit before I captured that glide slope. I'm going to fishtail a little bit before I get there. Going way too fast.
Yeah, I had to do a go around because I was way too high and way too fast.
That's easy to do in that C-130, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I've done it so many times. Trying to, once you get adjusted to it, though, it'll come.
I tell you what, making that video helped me out a lot, because like I said, it kind of forced me to figure out what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's hard to make a video about something when you only a little bit understand it. So I had to do a lot of research to figure it out, and yeah, it did me a lot of good. All right, glide slope captured.
Did you switch over to TAWS instead of nav radar?
Nope. And I never will.
Oh.
No,
Well,
I
anyway,
did not.
I'm just seeing I can see the red as you're coming to land. You'll see the red and yellow from the terrain. But it works the same as your nav radar. It's just called TAWS.
Right, it just adds that on top, basically.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of handy. Like I said, the other, what is it, the TAC, or whatever it is, TACAN, I think that's a traffic radar. So
Oh,
it's,
TACAN
you know,
is a frequency. That's like a VOR.
well, it's not a TACAN. Well, what's it called, though? Because it has that, too.
There's ACOS and TAWS.
It's like basically all traffic radars are called the same thing. I just can't think of what it's called. Alright, got a great approach going on here. Looking real good. 10 miles out. And don't forget to shut off your auto throttle. Remember, it is not tied to your autopilot. If you turn off your autopilot, you will still have your throttle being controlled. So turn that off separately.
Right.
But also remember that when you turn off your auto throttle, it will maintain whatever speed it was at. So that's kind of handy. Until you move the throttle, and then it gives you full control again. But it is kind of handy, like I said, if you got it set for $140, and then you turn it off, it'll stay at 140 until you move the throttle. And pretty much if you do it right, you can go all the way to the ground like that, you know. Alright, slowing to 150, put them gear down.
Dang, there's a building right here on the taxiway that caught my wingtip. I gotta watch out for that.
Is it?
When you,
Don't hit that.
I did a beautiful 360 there, though.
Oh,
Got back to
it
heading
spun
the right
you right
direction.
around. Huh? Actually kind of helped you out, huh?
Yeah. Looked real smooth there, Mr. Newbie. Nice landing on that A400.
Alrighty, 3 mile final. That looked good, Lazerbolt. Smooth. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I missed that center line, but that was pretty smooth.
Yeah, don't-
Love this bird. Alrighty, looks like I caught up to everybody just in time for the airport. Good deal. Yeah, this bird does do weird things with the throttle, though. I've got just portions of the throttle itself that, like, it either gives you all or nothing. There's no subtlety to it. Right on. Looks like Waterman got this all figured out. It was a good landing.
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, it was all manual. I could never capture the guide scope. I have everything set right, but I don't know why it never did.
Right on. You said you watched the video I made about that?
Yep, I'm in approach mode. I was set to the VOR. I had the frequency in. I don't know. It
make
kept
sure
going to
you.
the heading bug.
You've got to make sure you've got your radio beam coupler set to AFF.
Yep.
And you got to have that big dial turned to ILS1.
Yep.
And you have the frequency dialed into nav radio 1.
Yep.
Huh.
I had the distance. That was coming through. It kept trying to take me to the heading bug instead.
Oh, it's because you have your flight director switch turned on. That the flight director switch right above the dial. If that is in the down
manual, both of them did the same thing.
If that's in the down position, it will always follow your heading bug, no matter what anything else is set to. So get everything set up the way you want, and then flick it up, and it'll activate everything except the heading hold.
Oh, I'll try it again next airport.
Right on. Actually, it's kind of handy having it that way, though. Like I said, if you flip that switch, then you're following your heading bug, period. No matter what. No matter what anything else is set to, you're following that heading bug. And then, like I said, you get everything else all set up the way you want it, and then you can switch it back to, I think it's manual operation or whatever like that. It'll disconnect.
Hold down is manual, up is normal.
Yeah, put it back up to normal, and it will ignore your heading hold.
I wish it was doing that, but it wasn't.
Oh, it's not, huh?
Nope, it was taking me way off to west or the south. Or
oh, that sounds like you didn't.
Directions.
That sounds like you don't have your course set correctly. You know what I mean? Like whatever the direction of the airport or the direction of the runway, you have to have that set correctly. And of course, you see the knob. The knob is right there to the right of the heading hold bug. Yeah, that's that. As soon as you said you're going the wrong direction, I'm like, boy, have I been there before. I always forget to set that. And it's weird. It doesn't let you set it until you move the knob to ILS1. So you can't do it ahead of time. You have to do it after you already click it over to ILS. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at least in the planes that you're in, you're getting substituted rather than just nothing this time. For me.
You're getting substituted for at least something, huh?
Yeah, you got a small twin. That's what I see you as.
That's not quite the same, but okay.
No, you're hovering about 5 feet off the ground.
That's a shame. I was hoping it would at least.
Than nothing.
It should show us as like a 400, because that'd be a good sub. Okay, Crowfoot, the little flyby. Let's go ahead and take this runway back, and we'll get back up in the air. We'll do 15,000 feet on this leg. We've got about 170 miles to go. 15,000 feet at 250 knots. That will get us there. Yeah, this C-130 really doesn't taxi too well, does it? It has trouble turning. Like, if I'm turning one way and then I want to turn the other way, it takes a second for it to actually do that.
Yeah, if you taxi too fast, it don't want to turn very well. You have to go kind of easy and slow and easy.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's, realistic. I mean, when we're looking at these airplane in the game, they just look like airplanes. But if you zoom in and look how tiny the people inside are, this thing's huge. It's absolutely massive and heavy. Of course, it's gonna act weird,
Mine's bigger than yours.
It is. Yours probably has an extra 30 feet.
A nice old stretch model.
Yeah, these are nice looking airplanes.
See Crowfoot fly by. That was pretty wild.
All I can see is his name tag. I didn't see airplane at all.
The A400.
Oh, he's in the A400. That's right. Yeah, I didn't see that. I just saw the name tag. I got Crow Air in an airplane now. He's in A321, so that's a good deal. Looking good. It's alright guys, let's get these airplanes ready to go back up in the air. So here's a stupid question that I should know the answer to, but I don't. What the hell is the XTK? I keep getting these XTK limits exceeded, and what is the XTK?
Where are you seeing that at?
Right on the master unit. I just have to hit the clear button and it goes away, but still, it's a little weird.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's on mine too. When I hit clear, it says not on intercept heading. After
Right.
that,
I mean, all I need to do is Google what the hell's XTK. I've been meaning to do that for days, and every time I'm not in the cockpit, I forget all about it.
yeah, I just cleared it out, like you said.
Whatever it is, it can't be too damn important. Alrighty guys, if everybody's ready to go, I am also ready to go.
I'm ready when you are.
Yep.
Alrighty, get my altitude here a little more set. Alrighty, let's get these birds up in the air. Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling this dirty 30.
Hi, Coast.
Coast, greetings, buddy.
Hi, XTK stands for cross track.
Cross traffic exceeded. Okay.
Cross track.
Cross track. Okay, so it's something to do with the navigation system.
Plays a vital role in ensuring accuracy, navigation, and maintaining the desired.
Okay, so what it probably means is at a certain point I was so far away from the track that it didn't know what to do. So it's good to see you, Coast. We missed you last week. How are you, buddy?
Good enough.
Alright, taking a little left-hand turn here. So we got the playoffs coming up this weekend, buddy. You excited for your Bills?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a big game. They can either win or lose this one. It's 50-50 in my mind.
I forget at the moment who they're playing, but let's see here. It's not San Francisco, is it?
Jaguars.
Oh, the Jaguars. Yeah, well, it just depends on which version of the Jaguars show up. You know, they can be good, but they're not always good.
Well, same thing with the Bills. They can be good. Sometimes they cannot be good. But they don't do too good on the road.
And nobody likes to go on the road to the Bills either. But that kind of goes hand in hand. Alright, let's see if we can maintain 250 knots at 15,000. Yeah, Coast, what do you think of this Blackbird Simulations C-130? That's pretty sharp, isn't it? The Fat Albert version.
Oh yeah. It's be a lot for me to, if I ever get this thing going again. It'll be a lot to learn.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, that the Captain Sim one is also fantastic. They did a great job on it. It doesn't have the modern electronics in here and everything. Plus, it has very strange multiplayer. You know, you can't see it in multiplayer unless you jump through some hoops. That's cool. We got Crow Air and Crow Foot going on here behind me, and they both switch planes to something that I can see just fine. That's fantastic. Y'all are looking great.
I got a theory on that Captain Sim display issue. It has, I think they've set up the. Remember when you're running your aircraft, there's a certain distance it'll display, a certain distance it won't. I think it's got the display distance messed up.
I think you might be right about that. The level of detail, the LOD, because
Yeah,
it's
LOD,
like,
that's right.
yeah, and one of the things that makes me think you're right about that is we just tested it here. Crowfoot was up here and he had that weird bus-looking thing, and when he got so close to me that I could get my camera like touching his aircraft, when my camera is real close, bang! All of a sudden the whole airplane's there. It looks great. But as soon as I move the camera like a foot away, you can't see it anymore. So it does seem like it might be a level of detail thing. But it's been like that for months, or even a year. It's been like that for a long time. It's like, hasn't anybody mentioned that to him and say, hey, you know, you got a problem?
Remember, it's Captain Sim.
That's true. They are notorious for kind of releasing something and then that's what you get. They don't mess with it after that. But still, they make some good aircraft that they've gotten my money many times just because I love what they make. But then when you have an issue like that, I wish they'd fix it. We got this big A400 over here. It looks like I'm refueling them. And Crow Air and that, what is that, a 321? Looking good. Yeah, these guys have been flying with us for a few weeks now, and they're very good. Very good. They know what they're doing.
Nice to see that.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever get my system fixed, I'll be up there too.
Oh, we can't wait to get you back up in the air, buddy. Like I said, give it to your son-in-law. Make it his problem for a week. If he can't figure it out, you can pick on him. Alrighty, we are on the flight path and crossing through 13,500 for 15,000. I've got my auto throttle set to 250, but I'm not quite able to maintain that at the moment because I'm pointing up. Our next destination also has an ILS approach. Our final destination of the evening does not, but this next one does. Let me get you some info.
Shoot, I just realized I was still under VOR nav instead of INAV.
Oh, whoops. I try to remember to do that on the ground, otherwise I'll forget all about it. And then I'm wondering why my
Yeah,
airplane's
that's what
acting
happened. I
weird.
forgot. Yeah, I was like having to force the heading mode, and I'm like, why am I having to? And I realized I was still in the VOR setting.
Alrighty, we're inbound to
Could have ended
Zulu.
up in China.
We're inbound for Zulu Golf Oscar Whiskey. I think this must be China, looking at the name here, but a Jieyang Chaoshan International. That's a pretty big place. So let's see here. It's recommended we come in on runway 4. I got a 25 knot wind, and that's pretty good. Actually, it's just a 2 knot wind. Never mind. Still though. Yeah, let's do that. Count on runway 4 when we get to Zulu Golf Oscar Whiskey. Runway 4 has a ILS frequency. That frequency is 109.3. 109.3. Get ready to do that. And it is at a heading of 44 degrees magnetic. Not much elevation. It's pretty much sea level. So yeah, 103 or 109.3 at 44 degrees. Put that in right now. 1093. We are 1093. "44 degrees, you say?" 44 degrees. Alrighty, all set up for that ILS approach when we get there. Still got about 130 miles to go, so yeah, this is going to be a long one. I'm getting a nice 309 ground speed though, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, for anybody out there watching the video too, if you ever wanted to join us, this thing that Necrofoot or that Crowfoot is flying right now, that 404, that's a great airplane to fly with us for a default aircraft. There is also a number of jets that you can fly that will work just fine. They've got that longitude, the citation longitude is basically a Learjet. I think there's a, I forget what it is, F-16, some kind of thing they released as a downloadable thing, but that's in the, you know, the default aircrafts. So yeah, that any kind of military jet would work really good with this too. I think it was Crowfoot. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm sure it was. Last week he flew this big supersonic dart-looking jet type thing. That was pretty cool looking. That's also default. So yeah, if y'all feel like flying with this and you don't have the aircraft, fear not. There's plenty of airplanes that will keep up with what we're doing here, and a lot of people like to fly fighter jets, so don't be afraid of that. These C-130s look great with a military escort. Yeah, I'm wondering what was the deal with, is it going to even be permanent? Like, why did Microsoft get rid of the West US server? Or, you know, or is that just a temporary thing? They're trying to fix something or what? But it's been out pretty much all week. That's why we're flying on the East server now.
Haven't heard anything. I don't know.
They didn't say nothing. Like I said, for me, it was the same thing for most of us. Our first indication was when you tried to join the game, and it says something about the server can't be found. It's like, what do you mean the server can't be found? That's weird. Well, the bar downstairs is hopping tonight, man. People are really tearing it up tonight. There is something odd in the air. I can feel it.
You got a full moon up there?
Maybe.
Good weather. Good weather.
Yeah, actually, the weather's not bad right now. That must be what it is. We've got a break from all the cold and the snow, and everybody's getting spring fever.
I just looked over at your stream that Crowfoot's doing a good job hanging right by your tail there with that A400.
He is.
Right on
That
you.
A400 is not easy to fly either. It's not easy to fly by hand. That those large cargo craft like that
Yeah.
are much easier to use the electronics instead of flying it by hand. And yeah, he's doing a pretty good job.
I was flying the C-17 again just a little while back, a few days ago anyway. And
I love that thing.
yeah, it's got a lot more detail in it now in 2024 than the old one had that we was flying in before. It's
Right.
cargo compartment. You can go in a bathroom.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can go in a computer room. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
very much better detailed.
That's also another aircraft that's a good choice to fly along with the C-130.
Yeah, yeah. Flies good. I don't have the avionics down on it yet, and navigation system. It's a little tricky too. I think it's harder, probably, or as hard as this one to learn.
Yeah, back when we were flying it back in 2020 days, I never figured out 100% the navigation stuff. I mean, I could navigate and I could do a simple ILS landing, but there was a lot of stuff on that electronics that I just never monkeyed with it. I imagine though a lot of them are similar when you get to these large aircraft like this. So actually, I was able to learn quite a bit about the C-130 by watching people do all the same stuff, watching them do it in like a 747 kind of thing. You know, it's very similar. At least the stuff is called the same. You know. Bob, is your push to talk on? There you go. I think it was stuck on for
I
a
think it
second.
got stuck.
Yeah, I sounded like something was leaking.
Yeah, I can hear you eating.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, what is that? I'm like, oh,
wait till you
okay.
hear me take a sip of that margarita there.
Oh, margarita sounds real good. Of course, I got my cheap vodka with Dr. Pepper. That's my favorite.
Well, there's no official word from Microsoft, but a forum moderator at one of the official Microsoft groups did announce that they removed the West USA server and the North Europe server, likely to consolidate them into single servers.
Okay. Okay, well, fine. Whatever it is. I think this is the first time we've ever flown on the East US server. It seems to be fine. I'm not having any lag issues or nothing like that. Of course, I guess it depends on where you're at in the world in real life, you know.
Probably a holdover from 2020 where West was always performed better for everybody across the country.
Or that's why I chose it. That's why we still use it to this day, because West has always, you know, always worked a little bit better, at least for us here in the States, you know.
Yep.
Plus, there's always a large contingency of people flying with us that are like from California and stuff, you know. Alrighty, just under 100 miles out. Reminder, we're coming in on runway 4. Yeah, I actually had a airport I wanted to go to in the game there, like when you first fire up the free flight, it gives you the big map and you can make your flight plan from there. And so I included an airport. Well, when I got to the C-130 and tried to enter it into the flight system, it didn't recognize it. There was one of the airports where it just said, nope, that's not a valid airport. It's like, really? I was a little surprised by that. I was like, how can, you know, I mean, I just thought that the airplane would use the same database that the game uses, you know. Why have them separate? Because then you'll run into issues like this, where there's ones that aren't available on one, but it is on the other. So anyway, one of the airports I wanted to go to, it wouldn't let me choose that, so I picked a different one that was close.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've tried to set up some flight plans for myself and add waypoints in, and it won't recognize some of the waypoints.
Yeah. I imagine it
Some
would be
will, some it won't.
it would be quite a situation too if I set up some waypoints to, like, okay, we're going to this airport and this airport, and then in between the two we're going to visit these POIs. Now POIs might be a different story to try to program in there. I mean, I know you can take the GPS coordinates and copy and paste them in there, but that's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, that's just where you fly manually and over to it and
Yeah.
press on.
Right. I mean, as long as it's in the EFB there, you can see where it's at.
Right.
Alrighty, I'm going to get prepared here to drop down to 4,000. Not in a big hurry, we're still 85 miles out. I'm going to wait until I'm about 50 miles out before I drop down, but I might as well get ready for it. Got a nice little echelon formation going on here. So I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. There is a great documentary about the Blue Angels on Amazon Prime. Check that out. It's really, really good. It came out a couple years ago. It was filmed in IMAX. I believe it was in the theaters before it came to streaming. And you can tell it was filmed in IMAX. It's absolutely beautiful. Just great, great visuals. And basically they follow the entire crew of the Blue Angels. They follow them around for a year and show, you know, at the beginning of the season, they've got their training stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then they actually have a season like a sports team. You know, they have a schedule, you know, it's from this month through that month. That's our season. And they're doing a bunch of air shows here and there. And it's very good. And then at the end of the year, they're getting ready to replace people. You know, there's always people coming in and people leaving at the beginning and the end of the year. And yeah, it's really good. And they show Fat Albert here, this beautiful Blue Angels Fat Albert. They show this a lot in there, and it's majestic. If you get a chance to check that out, it's really good. It's on Amazon Prime. I forget what it's called, but it's just search for Blue Angels documentary and you'll find it. You guys having any trouble maintaining 250 knots?
I've got mine set for 290 to try to catch up, and I'm only hitting 257.
Oh, really?
I'm at 269, and that's maxed out.
Right on. I must have severely different weather than you guys got. Like, you guys must have a bit of a headwind or something. So I'm just holding steady 250, and let's see, my ground speed is 310.
Well, I changed the horsepower to 5,000, but it's still not going to let me go above 269 or 270 knots.
Right. Yeah, there's like a safety feature that it makes sure that your engines never get in the red.
Yeah.
So here's some trivia for you guys. Probably more so for Coast and maybe Wingnet. But what movie had the longest car chase recorded?
I think I know. Blues Brothers? No.
The one with Jerry Reed and Burt Reynolds. Well, can't think of the name of it.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Nope.
Bullet.
Nope, but it's coming up in one of my trivia questions.
Is that that movie that was made by Spielberg way back in the day? It's about a truck chasing a guy. The whole movie was about a truck chasing a guy.
Nope.
No.
Killer Truck.
It was. I think it was one of
The
Spielberg's first
driver-
movies.
The driver of the car was Dennis Weaver.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie too.
That's the movie he's talking about. That's not the movie I'm talking about, though. I saw the movie at the drive-in when I was probably about 8 years old, and I'm the same age as Laser.
Really, you're 58.
Just turned 59.
Ooh, about ready to turn 59 here in a couple months. Okay, you saw it in the drive-thru when you were younger. I don't know.
Gosh, what a bunch of old timers.
I mean, I know the Blues Brothers. The reason I mentioned that is because that car chase has the record for the most crashed cars. They crashed like 100 police cars in that scene. They were just piling them up like wood. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I can't think anymore. Is it a movie from the 80s had a big long car chase?
I can't either.
1974.
Okay, from the 70s.
Not Diamonds Are Forever, is it?
Nah.
I didn't think so. That wasn't nearly long enough.
So we do have a
See,
question here.
Bullet is a
We got a question here from our buddy
Go ahead,
Crowfoot. He says he's playing on Xbox. He's never been on Discord. What would we have to do to get that working? Can you do Discord on an Xbox? It seems like you might be able to do that, or not. I never thought about that. Can you do Discord with Xbox?
You may have it downloaded on his phone or tablet.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
Xbox either.
I mean,
I did the
I would probably
Well-
imagine maybe the easiest way to do it would just be get Discord on your phone, and that way you can kind of be here. We also got Warthog
phone or
saying
tablet,
good
like you
day.
said, yeah.
Yeah, Warthog's giving us a good day over here. So yeah, hey Warthog.
Hey, Longhorn News. I don't know if you can see Lazerbolt's YouTube stream, but Crow Air and Crowfoot, I guess, are twin brothers. Is that what they said?
That's what they said, yeah. They got a nice little formation going on here. I'm going to have to wreck this formation because it's time to start
Yeah,
descending.
they're right on you.
Yeah, they're on me. That's good. Yeah, I'm going to bring my bird down here a little bit. Warthog wants to know what country I'm in real life. I think most of us are in the United States at the moment. I don't think Mr. Newbie is, but I believe the rest of us are in the States. Okay, I'm going to drop her down 4,000.
Take care, guys. I'm going to be taking off. See you later.
That's it, Coast. Right on, buddy. Hey, enjoy that playoff game this weekend. I wish my team was in there too, but just enjoy that.
Well, the Lions are tigers. The Lions are a very snake-bit team. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we're either smoking hot or ice cold. And usually by the end of the season, we have so many injuries. This has happened 2 years in a row now. That by the end of the season, we're just pretty much toast,
Hey, before you take off, Coast, the answer to the trivia question was the original Gone in 60 Seconds. The car chase lasted a little over 40 minutes long in Los Angeles.
What was the name of it?
Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's a movie from the 70s?
1974. They
Really?
remade the movie with
Oh.
they remade the movie with Nicolas Cage. And,
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Storyline is very similar. They're both after Eleanor, the Mustang. In the original, it was a yellow Mustang, and Nicolas Cage, it was a gray one. And regarding Bullet, the car chase in that scene in San Francisco was the most famous car chase.
Yeah, that's when they were going down those weird, like they were jumping on some of those hills.
Yeah, and
Catching air.
surprisingly, they only used 2 models for each of those. I was thinking that Gone in 60 Seconds had to go through a crap load of cars, but it only took them 2 cars to that whole 40-minute scene. By the time they were done, that car was completely destroyed. But even in Bullet, they said they used their show car basically for the good scenes of the car and whatnot, but then they used a beater car that took most of the brunt for the stunts and stuff and just got completely destroyed during the making of the movie.
That's how to do it.
Thanks, Longhorn. Gotta go. Take care, guys.
Take care, Coast.
Take care, Coast.
All right, Coach. Good.
Yeah.
Good to
Pawn
hear
that
from you, man.
computer off on your son-in-law. Make sure he gets to working on that.
A lot of fun.
Like I said, worst thing could happen is he can't fix it, and then we're still in the same boat.
Boy, how quick did you dive down there, Lazerbolt?
I dove down extremely quickly. I just pushed my knob forward and just nosed down. Yeah, I'm down to 4,000 already, and that didn't take nothing.
All the load masters in his airplane are to tail right now,
Tell you what,
stuck to the wall.
Yep.
all of my passengers are pretty pissed at me right now, I'm sure.
Don't have air hauler running anymore then.
No, I haven't played air hauler in a long time, but man, I put some hours into that back in the day. So our buddy Warthog here says that he can't get his voice chat working in AI, ATC, or in multiplayers. Hey, he also asks us, in a few minutes after you land, can we fly out of Kaibong Airport, Gympie, please? That's the closest airport to where I live. Sorry, buddy, we have a plan for tonight, and that's not part of it. But, yeah. Maybe one of these days we will. We'll keep that in mind, depending on how close we are. How close are we to that? I imagine it's not too close from me in real life. He says he's from Australia. We will be making our way towards Australia. We will be there in a couple weeks, and maybe I'll keep that in mind, and we'll go ahead and land there.
By the way, the car chase in Bullet only lasted for about 11 minutes.
And that's the longest one? 11 minutes?
No, that was the most famous one. That was one through San Francisco. No, the one in Gone in 60 Seconds lasted for over 40 minutes.
Ah. Hey, Warthog says it's in Queensland, Australia. That's cool. We've been to Queensland many times. That's a great place to fly around. We're sure when we go to Australia, we're going to be flying around Queensland again. We've got another guy here, Ronald, asking us, what ATC are we using? We're not using any ATC when we fly on Fridays. When I do use ATC, just when I'm playing by myself, it's just the built-in, in-game ATC kind of stuff, the simple version of it. But on Fridays, we don't generally worry about that too much. We just chit-chat, take care of the world's problems.
Hey, you did say runway 04, right?
Runway 04.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still 24 miles out, but I need to go past the airport to line up for it. Really, the other runway would have been much closer to go straight in, but I wasn't sure what kind of winds everybody had. It was recommending this one. Y'all see that massive bridge down there? I mean, it just looks like a road going across the water. It's huge. It turns. You see that? Connects these two islands?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that? It's freaking huge. Where in Hong Kong are we? I'm not sure we're quite in Hong Kong yet, but our final stop of the evening will be right in the city, right in the middle of the city.
Isn't this that airport that Microsoft added to 2020 that's no longer really in existence, but they added along with the Meigs airport?
It might be. You're talking about our final stop in Hong Kong? Because it might be. Yeah, it's not the main Hong Kong airport, but there was a smaller airport that had the star next to it, like it's a bespoke airport, so I chose that one.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's the one that they added in 2020, it's a really cool airport to land in because it's like this airport right in the heart of the city with like skyscrapers all around the airport.
Okay, yeah, actually, I didn't land there, but I did kind of fly through it, and it looks like it might be kind of in, I don't know, there's a lot of water around there, and there's a harbor, and you have to go through the harbor to get there, and then the city is like everywhere. It's a huge city. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting looking area. I never landed there, though. I did land here at this airport. This is a really big place here, too. Look at the huge rice paddy down here. At least I'm assuming that's what they got going on there. Maybe it's clams instead, I don't know. Trout fisheries or something. Big area. Warthog asks, how can I make it so I can see other players playing Mars? Not sure what that means. Oh, I almost forgot to mention this is our penultimate stop for the evening. It happened in a hurry. But here we are at the second to the last stop for the night. What we do on our second to the last stop is we take a 10-minute break. So that's enough time to go use the bathroom or grab a drink, grab a snack, let the dog out, like and subscribe. You can even probably have enough time to download the game if you want to. It's pretty easy install. So go ahead and grab it and meet us at this airport. All the information's down there in the description of the video. And yeah, it's all there. Oh, he meant Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, there's multiplayer settings in the settings part, and that'll help you find how to see everybody. You got to make sure you're on the same server. Right now we're on the East US, So if you want to see us, you'll have to be in East US. And we are currently inbound to Zulu Golf Oscar Whiskey. Zulu Golf Oscar Whiskey. That's where we're going to be in just a few minutes.
There was also that setting to see the names in the settings and like visibility.
Yeah, right in the online section of the settings, there's a couple things to check, and then in the flight conditions, you might want to check that too. Although I don't know if the Xbox version is any different. It's probably the same, I'm guessing.
That'd be another good video for you, Laser. It's just like a really quick 3-minute walkthrough on everything to select to make sure you can see everybody in multiplayer.
Well, there's already a list of stuff that I feel like mentioning, you know, stuff that like almost like bugs and fixes and workarounds. You know, plus I'd like to demonstrate how to use the chaff and how to use the electronic countermeasures and things like that. You know, that's not enough to make a full video, but if I put a bunch of that little stuff together, you know.
Hello, Longhorn.
Hey, Coast is back.
Hey, Coast.
I looked up that movie, and it was filmed right. Basically, it was filmed in Buffalo.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, guy was from around here. He was just out. He came from a town just down the road from Buffalo, Dunkirk, New York.
It was supposedly filmed in the Long Beach area, and it looked like Long Beach to me.
Oh, this is This is Gone 60 Seconds 2. They were filming that one. He got killed
Okay.
here.
Never saw that one.
Never came out because he was killed in a stunt here on Vulcan Street in Buffalo, New York, on one of our streets here.
Well, that sucks. If they'd have came out with the second one, it probably would have been pretty decent as long as they used the same general flow.
That's okay. One of my first jobs was at a company on near Vulcan Street. Anyway, he was sort of a local guy, and he died in '89.
Was he killed on the set, or was he just killed before he moved?
Killed in an accident, a cable across the street or something.
Oh no, that sounds brutal. Alrighty, I'm making an orbit around the airport here, doing a left-hand circuit.
Take care.
Take care, Coast. Hopefully we'll see you soon in the air, buddy. Actually, I'm making a right-hand circuit around the airport here, and soon we'll be lined up with that runway. Once that happens, I'm going to go ahead and do my approach hold, and we should be good to go. Yeah, these guys are pretty good, man. They're keeping up even when I'm doing an erratic turn without mentioning it. He stayed right with me. Alrighty, 21 miles out. I should be picking up the ILS frequency here real quick. It seems to only pick it up once you're inside 20 miles, which is a little odd. Other aircraft I have don't do that. They can pick it up at like 26 miles. But this one, it likes to be, I don't know, 17, 18 miles out. There we go. 18 miles on the nose. 19 miles. There you go. I'm receiving it. Get that approach hold. Navigation captured. Now I'm just waiting for that glide slope. Coming in straight and steady.
Try to land very short. I don't know if it's just my city, but there's a huge crater in the middle of the runway.
Ooh, a huge what?
crate coming across the runways. If you hit it, that's
Oh.
it.
All right, try not to hit that.
It's like fault.
All right, definitely time to start slowing down. I'm going way too fast. Yeah, also, you guys notice when it captures the glide slope, it raises your nose up to kind of match the glide slope, and then once it catches it, it starts bringing it down. I don't think it's supposed to do that. I hope that's something that Blackbird Simulations is in the middle of fixing, because it shouldn't raise you up and then drop you down. It should just drop you down. Alright, Warthog says he is at the airport waiting for us. I do see some name tags at the airport up there. As a matter of fact, I got Warthog right there. Yeah, how's it going? Warthog 402. Neat. You found us.
Woohoo! I have the ILS working this time. Yes.
Hey, alright.
All the same stuff I did last time, but I think is like you said, that course knob.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if it's sending you off out of over the ocean or something, your course is wrong. And like I said, they don't make it easy that you can't adjust that course until after you switch the knob over to ILS. And by that time, it's like, you know, it's you either do it or you forget about it. Yeah, glad Warthog was able to find us. Good deal. I guess that means Xbox is fully compatible, and you know, they work well together with the computer version. So cool. I'm sure we've had people on Xbox fly with us before. Alright, I gotta slow down and get these gears out. Once we get down, let's find a place to park near the beginning of the runway, and we'll take that 10-minute break. Yeah, Waterman, doing an approach on that C-130H from Captain Sim is kind of actually pretty simple. There's like 2 or 3 things you need to do, and it usually works pretty good.
Yeah, it's not going too bad now that it's all in there. Gotta pick up my speed a little bit. I go from just about running into you guys to falling way behind and almost stalling.
Yeah, it's got a weird row of trees right before the runway here, so watch out for that.
Yeah,
have
cut
to
them back
scoot
just
it.
a little bit more. It's like they stop right in the middle of the center line of the runway.
Alright, we'll pull off the side of the runway here and take a 10-minute break. Let's call this 42 past the hour. At 52 past the hour, or 8 minutes to the top of the hour, I know it's weird math on this one, but yeah, that'll be our 10 minutes. So shortly after 10 to the top of the hour, we're back up in the air. And there's our buddy Warthog. Oh, he says he cannot see our name tags. Not sure how to fix that, but you can see our airplanes. Actually, it says, how can I see your planes? So what is the fix for that, where we can see him but he can't see us? Is that only because he doesn't have our aircraft? But that would mean that he should be able to see our name tags. Or is it because
name tags
he
is a
doesn't have
different
all
setting.
players? Right? In the flight conditions, you have to set it to all players. Flight conditions deals with the multiplayer stuff and the weather and the time of day. And in the multiplayer stuff, set it to see all players. That's all I can think of.
See, yeah, it was settings under general, I believe it was.
Looking good, Bob, coming in. That extra long stretch limo version of the Hercules.
Okay, so under the main settings, then general, flight interface, show traffic nameplates.
Yeah, I don't think he sees our aircraft or anything, though. Alright guys, why don't we just go ahead and call this a quarter to? Now that we're all parked, it's quarter to. So at 5:02, the top of the hour, we will be back up in the sky. So yeah, use this time, hurry up, grab yourself something to drink real quick, let the dog out, grab a snack. Getting a lot of heavy resource usage warnings tonight. I think it might be because of all these the dirty 30s together. They're pretty big frame hogs. Yeah, I really do wish that they would make the multiplayer stuff a little more straightforward, because it just gets dreary that every single time we have a new player, they can't see us. It happens every flight. There's somebody that has a problem with it. I wish they would make it a little more straightforward. It's like you need to check 3 different things to make sure they're all set to the right thing. Just make it one thing, you know. You're in multiplayer, period. Do you want to be in multiplayer? Yes or no? You know, one toggle. That's all it needs. Instead, it's like, no, you got to go to the flight conditions and check that. You got to go into the online menu and check that. And then you got to go into the, you know, the thing that Waterman just mentioned and check all that. It's like, man, just give us one option. Do you want to fly with people or not? I said, it's just, it only bothers me because it comes up every week. Every single week there's people that can't see other people. They don't make it easy enough. And it's like, we've been doing this for 14 years and we're still scratching our head going, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, try this, try that. I don't know. It's like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hopefully something works. I don't know. All I know is he must be doing something right because I see him. He's here. He's in the right server. And this is nothing new either. This is every single simulator going back to FS9. Every single simulator, it's the same thing. Every week, hey, I can see you, but you can't see me. Where's this guy? How come I'm not seeing the right airplane? It's just, the multiplayer is a mess. And like I said, I think it's just because they don't consider multiplayer to be that important part of the game. You know, I mean, it's almost like they don't care about it. They never fix it. They never fix anything ever in multiplayer. They never make it better. Oh no, Warthog, don't be sorry. I'm not complaining about you asking. I'm just complaining that this happens far too often. Far too often. It's every week. Every week there's multiplayer issues, and they just need to simplify it, man. It doesn't need to be in 3 separate places where you need to check 3 separate things to make it work. And then even if it's working properly, it ain't working properly half the time. It's just, it's messy. They need to fix that, man. I don't complain much about the sim. I really like it a lot, and it's an amazing piece of software. But I'm just tired of this multiplayer business being a problem every week. It's always messy. I mean, I see other games deal with it, and they've got it figured out really well. You know, how the hell is every other game on the planet multiplayer compatible and everything's fine? But this, there's a problem every week. I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox now.
I see Longhorn in the pattern.
Oh shit, it took Longhorn long enough to get here. What happened, Longhorn? I thought you were here this whole time.
No, when we took off from that last airport, I didn't realize you have to use your heading to get back towards your pink line, and it took me about 100 miles to the north.
Oh. Yeah, it's really weird because usually in other aircraft it will just turn towards the line and it'll take you there. In this one, you literally have to cross the line for it to grab it. It's very bizarre. Well, if you need a break real quick, we can wait a few. Otherwise, we're going to be out of here in about 3 minutes.
No, I'm fine.
I mean, honestly, anything you need to take care of, you can just set your autopilot and do it in there. Yeah, Warthog's still having trouble over here on that. Like I said, the only thing I can suggest is, at least in the PC version, when you first go into free flight and there's the big map screen with all the you can create your flight plan there, up in the right hand corner you'll have to actually exit from where you're at right now, go back to the beginning of the menu, but up in the right hand corner it says flight conditions. If you click on that, it'll let you set your time of day and your weather and all that kind of stuff, and it'll also have a small section for multiplayer, and there'll be options like, you know, only see your friends or blah blah blah. You got to set it to see everybody, and that might be the issue, which that should be set by default, but it might not be, and it wouldn't shock me if it wasn't. I think it's called all players. You'll see there's a couple different options to choose. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get these birds back out on the runway here, and we'll be taking off in about 1.5 minutes. Well, I did not land at this last airport that we're going to, but I did do a flyover of it, and like I said, it's a beautiful area. It's going to be a nice place to go. But we do not have an ILS approach here, so we'll have to come in by hand. No biggie, we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. But yeah, there's no ILS approach here. That's our only airport of the night that doesn't have one. And we're going to be taking off in 1 minute. Last minute check here. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of resource usage warnings tonight. It's got to be the Dirty 30. I did see something in the forums for the Dirty 30. They're working very hard to clean it up and to optimize it a little bit, make better frame rates for everybody. There's a lot of people complaining that they can't use it in VR because the frame rates are so bad. And so they are aware of it and working on it, so that's a good deal. Anywho, let's go ahead and get these birds in the air, guys. Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling. Hey, we got Warthog with us now, so that's good. I still don't know if he can see us, but he's literally right in front of me. If you can see the stream. Yeah, we're all on the runway
saw him.
together, getting ready to take off. So I don't know, you can kind of be with us in your own little universe. We're all together in spirit. This is one heck of a nice little group flight we got going on here tonight. Nice group of airplanes with pilots.
What kind of altitude?
I'm going to 15,000. We got about 140 miles to go.
Okay.
Alrighty, turning towards the airport now. I'm going to do a left-hand turn to get back on track. You know, once again, I think we can probably maintain roughly 250 knots. I can slow down to 240 if it's too much. It's just, it all depends on what everybody's weather is. Some people have a headwind, some people have a tailwind. I think generally I don't have much wind at all because I'm in a preset weather pattern. We have exactly 150 miles to go. Yeah, once again, I make the tiniest of a turn on that pitch wheel knob. It just goes crazy. All of a sudden I'm descending again.
Yeah, it's pretty sensitive, isn't it?
Okay, climbing again, I hope. Yeah, I should try that with a different mouse one day and see if it is my mouse wheel. Because it's a pretty old mouse, and I don't know. Maybe as I'm turning the mouse wheel, it's just throwing the knob all over the place. Alright, nav captured, and we are on the flight path. I do like how aircraft have contrails now. That does look pretty nice. I see Warthog is in that Cessna Citation. That is a great aircraft to fly with us. It's basically the Cessna version of a Learjet, and yeah, that's a real good aircraft. First of all, they've done a really good job modeling it. For a default aircraft, it's pretty good, and it's simple to fly, and it's got some good electronics going on. and it can keep up with us no problem. Its sister airplane, the Longitude, is also a good choice. The Longitude's a little larger. Lasers climbing through 14,000 for 15,000. Leveling out 15,000. Hey, you know what I saw about a week ago that was really good? Was that new, what's that, with Liam Neeson? The comedy there, how's it called? The Naked Gun. There's that new Naked Gun movie. It's pretty good, actually. Yeah. I was hoping that it would just be an hour and a half of just pure stupidity. You know what I mean? Don't get halfway into the movie and then get serious on me. It's got to be dumb all the way through. And it was dumb all the way through. I loved it.
I haven't seen it. Did you go to the movie house?
No, it's on, I believe it's either Netflix or Amazon Prime. It might be on Prime. But yeah, I finally got around to watching it, and yeah, it was good. Like I said, for a Naked Gun movie, they got to be dumb, right? Like airplane movies. I mean, that's the whole purpose. They just have to be non-stop cringy dumb. And that's what this was. Like I said, they never got serious for a second, and I appreciated that. It was a good watch. Me and my buddy laughed our asses off. But it was also one of those movies to where it's like the next day, I couldn't tell you anything about it. I enjoyed the movie. Me and my buddy laughed our ass off for an hour and a half. A day later, I can't remember anything about it. It was pretty fleeting. Alright, I'm going to increase my speed to 250. Get a little better ground speed here.
Until 3-1.
Sorry?
It's runway 3-1.
Yeah, it's just I've got you turned up as far as I can have you turned up, Mr. Newbie, and you're always so quiet. I can barely hear you every time. I wish I could make you louder, but I'm not using Streamlabs.
Yeah, can you, how's it down?
Yeah, I can always hear you, but it's always quiet. Like I said, it's still a little bit quiet, but I can hear you.
Okay. I was asking on Rich runway 3-1.
Ah, I can hear you real good now. Yeah, let me check real quick.
I think I need to change my headphones.
Yeah, we are inbound for Victor Hotel Hotel X-Ray at Kai-Tak International. Yeah, let's go ahead and come in on runway 31. That's a good choice right there, runway 31. Actually, you know what? Runway 31 does have an ILS. That's right. It's got an ILS, but I was unable to get it to work. So this will be my big chance to redeem myself. Yeah, I was unable to get it to latch on or act like it was latching on in any way. But let's do it again, because the ILS frequency for runway 31 is 109.9er. 109.9. That is at a heading of 317 degrees. So yeah, let's do that. Runway 31 at 9.9. Hopefully it works a little better this time for all of us.
Interesting. I don't see that. I just see direct and the VFR pattern as he approaches.
You don't see an ILS frequency on runway 31?
Oh, I
Not
guess I'm
either.
looking at the procedures.
Oh, right. Yeah, Longhorn has problems with that too. The charts don't match up. I'm just looking at the EFB. I clicked on the airport and brought up the information for it, and the runway information says there's a 109.9. They often don't match up. Don't know why. They should be. They're the same database.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that either in the EFP under the information screen, and there's no charts available either.
Well, maybe that's why
I'm seeing it
1.9
now,
didn't, maybe that's why it didn't work. But you see what I'm saying, though? How I'm looking at it is I just brought up the EFB on the map, and then I searched for Victor Hotel X-Ray, and yeah, it's got all the runway information, weather, frequencies, and all that. And runway 31 does have an ILS. At least it says it does. Maybe that's why it didn't work, though, when I came here the other day.
Try erasing that from your EFB. Click on the little VHHX aircraft symbol in the purple screen. Erase it and then put it back in and see if it's still there.
I don't even have it in my EFB. I didn't load the flight plan at all. I'm just doing it right in the cockpit. I'm just using the EFB for the map itself. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we're going here, so I clicked on it, and there's my information.
No, but you said the EFB is where you're seeing the ILS frequency, because a lot of times it will hold that over from your last airport you're at, even though it's showing you going to the next airport. So I would say if you delete that and re-add it back in your EFB, or just do a search for that airport by the EFB and see if it shows it again. Because on my information screen, there's nothing showing at all.
Well, like I said, that might be why it ain't working, but yeah. For me, it says Victor Hotel X-Ray, runway 31, has an ILS at 109.9. I don't believe
I'm seeing
it.
that on the EFB as well, but
Yeah, so we can try. Like I said, that's probably exactly why it didn't latch on for me a couple days ago when I tried it. It just didn't work.
400, when I put it into the flight plan, it did show it was the ILS as well.
Huh, the mystery deepens.
Yeah, I got it as well.
Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to do it just like I usually do. I'm just not counting on it working. If it works, bonus. But like I said, it didn't work a couple days ago. But we'll see. Let's see, we got a heading of 317. Yeah, you know what's weird is it's usually the other way around. Usually we don't have an ILS on the EFB, and then Longhorn comes in and says, well, actually the chart says it does. And he's always right, because if it says it does, it does. This is kind of the opposite way around, though, for once.
Well, I'm looking on a little nav map, and it does show runway 31 with the ILS 109.9.
Okay, it all matches up so far. I guess we'll find out when we get there, won't we? Okay, we're only 86 miles out once again, and about another 30 miles. I'm going to drop her down, 4,000.
I do notice in the EFB though, there isn't a chart, but if you go to the procedures page, it shows under procedures.
It has the ILS in there, or just the approach procedure?
The ILS is there as well.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it didn't work for me a couple days ago, but it's a finicky system. Sometimes it just doesn't latch on, you know. We'll see. We'll have about 7 aircraft trying it today, and we'll see if any of them get it to work. Just a reminder to everybody out there watching the video, I just completed and published a video on the electronics of the C-130 here, the Dirty 30 from Blackbird. And yeah, it describes how to use the master unit and all of the FDDs and how to do ILS approaches and navigate. It even shows you how to start the thing up from cold and dark. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about this aircraft we're in tonight, check that video out. It's got lots of information for you. Got Wingnut coming up over here. He caught up to us in a hurry. $75 out. About another 10 miles, I'm going to be dropping her down. At a certain point here, I'm going to begin turning a little bit to the left as well. That'll line us up for that runway. So Longhorn, was your team one of the teams that lost their coach?
Yeah, they were probably the first one to fire theirs.
Yeah, they could have fired him a week ago, huh? Yeah, I see the Dolphins finally got around to firing their offensive coach, and I'm not sure I agree with that. I know, like our coach, the Lions, we got Coach Dan Campbell, and his first 3 years were abysmal. It was awful. It's just an awful losing after losing after losing season for 3 years. I'm glad we didn't fire him. You know what I mean? We kept him. On the 4th year, we went like 15-2, and we've been great ever since. You know what I'm saying? It takes a couple years for a brand new coach to install the players that he wants, to do the plan that he wants, to get everything up and running the way they want it. And it takes a while. And sometimes it doesn't happen in 2 years, you know. It might take 3 or 4. I'm just so glad that we didn't fire our coach, because we do that all the time. We'll have a coach for 2 years, and if we don't go to the Super Bowl, we'll fire him. Start over. Every 2 years, we're starting from scratch. And I'm just glad this time we hung on to our guy. But what I was saying about the Dolphins coach that they just fired, it was his 4th year, and they had a decent season. The second half of the season was actually pretty good. The first half started out bad. The second half was really good. So they're showing promise. Anyway, they fired him. And I wouldn't mind seeing him as the Lions offensive coordinator. I think he'd fit real good in right around here. He's an offensive coordinator by trade anyway. You know, he's an offensive coordinator that became a head coach. If he feels like being an offensive coordinator again, I would love to have him, because we could use it.
Yeah, they sent out 4 requests to interview. 3 of them were defensive coaches. I think one of them was from San Francisco, the other one I think from the Rams, and then Green Bay and possibly Chicago. But there's also rumors that they're trying to go after Harbaugh, but there's no way in the world he'll ever come here. They've already said that the Cardinals is the absolute worst position for a coach to go to.
There's probably a lot of coaches thinking that. You know what? You're dodging a bullet there, though, anyway. I hate Harbaugh. And trust me, I know Harbaugh. I'm from Michigan. Harbaugh's a Michigan guy. He was Michigan Wolverines coach for years. And his idiot brother was also a coach. And just, I don't like either one of them. They're both absolute idiots. They do kind of know how to coach, though. I just hate the guy, you know.
Yeah, well, Gannon made some really stupid, questionable calls. So I can see it. I don't really put the state of their season this year on him solely, because they were the worst team when it came to injuries. I mean, they had the most players that they played the entire season, and the
that's
most
hard to
on
get
IR.
over. Yeah, that's hard to get over, man. Jeez. You can't play ball if, you know, you're suiting up your third string water boy, you know. All right, 46 out, at a decent angle for the airport here. Fingers crossed, hopefully this works. Yeah, I can tell how bad this Dirty 30 is affecting my frames. It's not really affecting my frames as much as it's causing my textures on the ground to pop in. You know what I mean? Like, after I'm looking in a certain direction, all of a sudden it starts to like fill itself in. When I'm flying any other aircraft, it's filled in before I'm even looking at it, you know what I mean?
You may probably have to go and do some other adjustments in your graphics settings like I did, because I was getting that before and now I'm not, so
Yeah.
I think you might be able to resolve that.
Yeah, I had similar issues, and I don't know, there's some kind of a setting that's like it pre-loads stuff that you're not looking at, and you can tell it how much to do. Maybe I need to bump that up. But like right now, I can even tell some of the textures I'm looking directly at are pretty low-res textures. Oh well, it's worth it. I love this airplane. And like I said, this airplane isn't even in full release yet. They've still got a lot of optimization to do on it, and it's just going to keep getting better and better.
Yeah, but it's come a long ways from the very first release.
Oh yeah,
it's gotten a whole lot better.
Good Lord, remember when we first got it, we could barely navigate the damn thing. You know, every time you tried something, it would flip you over. It's doing pretty good now, though. Alright, descending through 6,000 for 4,000. So Bob, how do you like that stretch limo version? How does that fly? Is it different, or it seems like it would be a little more sluggish?
Maybe I'm not really noticing a whole lot of difference sitting up here in the flight deck.
All right. I imagine it holds more cargo if you wanted to really load it up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
35 out. Warthog wants to know whereabouts are the Dirty 30. Not sure how to answer that. If you're looking to purchase the Dirty 30, you need to go to Blackbird Simulations website. You can get it from there. It's not in the marketplace just yet, but once it's full release, it'll probably be in the marketplace. I'm not sure how you would do that on an Xbox. I'm not sure you can do that. But if you're asking where we're at, we are 31 miles out from our final destination. 31 miles to go.
I don't believe the Xbox allows you to add non-marketplace items.
Well, I don't even know how you would do it. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you would have to use the built-in web browser to go to that, and then, yeah, I don't even know how that would work, because it involves like file structures, and you know, you'll get a zipped up file, and how the hell are you going to use that in Xbox? You know? Yeah, kind of looking forward to this weekend. I got nothing to do. So I just finished that latest video, so I'm gonna take a couple days and not work on nothing. Wait until Monday. Get to watch a lot of football this weekend. Well, I always watch a lot of football, but I'm usually working on something while I'm watching football. Yeah, I can't believe it took me so long to figure out what those pointers were. Like, we're right on your main navigation panel. It says pointer 1 and pointer 2, and you can set them for different stuff. And it took me this long until like a couple days ago to figure out. It's like, oh, that's this little stack of information in the bottom right corner. That's all it does, is it just gives you information. It doesn't affect anything. But at least that way you can tell how far away you are, no matter what your CDI is set to.
Yeah.
Okay, tell them 21 out. And that's super handy, because you know how it is. You switch over to VOR 1, and a lot of times it won't tell you the distance. Alrighty, I'm getting relatively close to making my final turn here. I'm going to slowly start arcing over towards the airport here. I should receive the ILS localizer in my radio within a mile or two. If it works, we'll see. Yeah, I'm already at 17.5 miles and I got nothing. Usually by now I picked it up. Did you have any luck on that, Waterman? I see you're a little closer to me.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's doing nothing for me. I'm at 16 miles now. Usually by now it at least shows me that it's receiving the information.
I'm not getting anything either back here.
Yep. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, this is exactly, like I said, I didn't land at this last airport. This is exactly why. Because it didn't do the instrument landing and I just flew
might be
over it
picking
instead.
up.
Sorry?
I think I am picking it up.
Okay.
I'm getting
well,
the local
good
line.
luck.
Yep, I got it.
Really? I got nothing.
I am 11 miles out.
Yeah, well, 13 here. I'll give it a couple more and we'll see what happens, but it don't look good. Usually by now, I'm not only latched onto the localizer, but I'm on the glide slope by now, usually. I got nothing.
Yeah,
You see the
shows me
airport just
Catherine
fine.
and
It's a
Charlotte.
real nice looking airport. You see there's a very tall building almost lined right up with the runway.
There's a ship or two right along the approach that we're going to fly over.
Oh yeah, I see them too. Yeah.
This is a cool approach.
It's a very nice looking area. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and disengage my autopilot because it ain't doing me no good. I'm at 9 miles and I have no sign that it's working at all.
Well, it looks like the heading, if you follow the vectors, is 317. You want to use that for your course,
Yes, of course.
or for your heading.
Already did it.
Well, Laser, I'm already established. And I see you coming from my top right, so you may not be completely established.
Yep, it never received that frequency. That might be a dirty 30 issue. All right, coming in on runway, what is it, 32, 31? It really is a nice looking approach, isn't it? You got the city over here, kind of on both sides. A couple big tankers.
Like a big old cruise ship.
Okay, I'm coming in real high, real fast.
Hey, that sounds like the last airport for me, or the first one.
I'm going too fast to put my gear out. I might have a problem. Look at that tanker with the big orange drums inside. That's something. Yeah, I can't even put my gear out. I'm going too fast. I think I'm gonna have to go around. Let's try it here.
I'm going to taxi to the end of the runway because of all the water on the right. Be a little bit better parking down there.
Come on, gear. Don't fail me now. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm going to hit you, Waterman. Okay, stomp on them brakes. I don't have my reverse thrust set up, so I'm kind of in a bad way.
You got auto throttle on?
Not anymore. All right, hey, it worked. I stopped right in the run-up zone. And my gear didn't fully come out. I'm kind of stuck in the ground. It's weird. Yeah, that was odd. Heyo, it's going to put me in the water now. Look out. Okay, that was very weird and not a good landing at all. Yeah, you know, in a lot of ways, I like the Captain Sim C-130 better, just for the simplicity of it. I never have issues like this with the C-130H, you know. But this is a pretty advanced aircraft, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Either way, this is quite a place. Look around. This looks like the future. Everything around here looks pretty new. You pull up on your left side here, Waterman. The boats in the water are impressive. There's a lot of them. Yeah, between all the aircraft and this very dense city, my frames are pretty tanked.
The scenery
Yeah.
looks very cool, though.
Yeah, they're very cool. My favorite aircraft, going way back. Yeah, it looks like this weekend I'm going to be a Bears fan, I suppose, from here on out, rooting for the Bears. Go Bears.
No Bears.
Yeah, that A400 is seriously one of the coolest looking airplanes. It just looks great. I mean, right down to the props. It has the cool little, like, orange prop tips. Looks great. Well, hell, I might actually just use the C-130H next week just for the frame rates alone. Plus, you know, this huge area plus those aircraft. Even walking around, my frames are pretty bad.
I'm getting a little tearing, but overall it's not too bad.
Yeah, we got Longhorn in that Coast Guard unit. Look out, don't go in the water. That thing's got some reverse thrust like crazy.
That would almost be fun, getting some gooses. It sounds wrong to say geese when you're talking about airplanes.
It is wrong. The airplane is gooses. The bird is geese. Because it's a proper name, you know what I mean? It's like if you had 3 cousins that were all named Goose, together they would be 3 gooses.
English. Where all the rules don't make sense.
Nope, they do not. So I know what that A400 reminds me of. Remember that aircraft we used to fly occasionally called the Nimrod? I think it was one that Storm was working on for a while, and it turned out pretty good. But it kind of looks like that. It's got that probe sticking out of the front. I remember making fun of the name of it. It's like, it's a Nimrod. That's a hilarious name. And Storm's from Great Britain, and he doesn't know that that's, a derogatory term here in the, in the States. If you call somebody a Nimrod, that's not a good thing, and it implies that they're a little dim. But over in England, Nimrod, that's, he knows people called Nimrod. That's just a name, I guess if my name was Nimrod, I'd tell people just call me Rod. Yeah, the side of the Fat Albert has all the names of the pilots in the Blue Angels. I'm wondering what year this is.
2002, ready for IFR departure. Runway 25 left. Korean Air.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, isn't it?
It is. For some reason, I'm receiving radio calls.
I'm hearing them too.
How am I getting radio calls? Is this like Gilligan's Island when he hit himself in the head and his fillings in his teeth were receiving radio stations?
Yep, I'm hearing air traffic.
Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, my frames are just awful. Just so bad right now. It looks really good, like one snapshot at a time.
Where's the button to shut up the lady telling my autopilot?
The
Do you see
GA button.
Yeah, right on your yoke it says GA for go around. Hit it once and it'll disengage your autopilot. Hit it a second time and it'll stop the lady from complaining. Well, everybody, tonight's flight wasn't without its minor issues and problems, but it was still great. We had a great group of people going on here today. At one point, we had 7 aircraft in the air, and that's pretty cool. And just look at this. Look at this nice little group we got. These airplanes are fantastic. But we're going to go ahead and call it a night here. Please like and subscribe the video, and if you want to come and join us, please do. The information is in the description of the YouTube video, and you can come join us that way. So, yeah, grab yourself the game, get yourself a Hercules or something similar, and we can fly together. We're going to be taking off out of here next week, continuing towards, the ultimate goal is to go down towards New Zealand and Australia, and so we still got a few flights before that happens. That's a long distance. But anyway, it was a pleasure flying with you guys as always, and we'll see everybody back here next Friday. Take care, everybody. Have a good week.